Welcome, everybody. See a few people popping in now. This is an impromptu live. I wanted to talk about what's been going on in the last day with, more than the last day, but recently between Mrs. Portland and Sally Ann and CJ and what's happening with that. So, hey, I just want to have a conversation about it. I'm not here to solve the problem or to lay blame either. It's not to blame either side. I just want to talk about it. Hey, Nikki, out of the shadows with Ginger. Auntie Side-Eye, good morning. Gizmo. Mental Fruit Cake, Caddy Texas Girl. Are y'all doing well today? Hey, Callie Marie. Everybody's okay. Hey, Bathtub Mary. Still need that bathtub. I need your bathtub. All right, just while some people are coming in, we are going to. I'm having some trouble with my mouse. I don't know if it needs a new battery or something. Something's going on with my mouse. Speaking of, we'll get to that maybe. Okay, here we go.
When you say you feel low and good things are hard to see, when you pray to find love, I know somewhere we could be. There's a place where we can go tonight. The rhythm will make it right, where everyone is happy and the sun will shine all night. Good time, let everybody sing. Why don't you let yourself slip out of control? We could have a good time, let everybody sing. Get your feet up on the floor. So when the world feels dark and friends seem hard to find, you know how to light a spark, just to let your worries unwind. When you're down, there's just one way to go. Let us ascend tonight. Everyone could be so happy and the sun will shine all night. Have a good time, let everybody sing. Why don't you let yourself slip out of control? We could have a good time, let everybody sing. Get your feet up on the floor.
All right, all right. Coming on in. Let me make sure I say hi to everybody. I hope I have. I hope I don't miss anybody. Hey, shot of poison. Excuse Shelby. She's guarding her food that she should have eaten 3 hours ago. Okay. Hey, Salem. Smill at home. SA. He got me some scoops. Ooh, yummy. Yummy. Tilly May, welcome. Let's see. Look at that. Whoa, somersault or cartwheels. I think a lot of people are fed up with Mrs. Portland and using mental issues for an excuse. Okay, we're going to talk about that. And you're welcome to your opinions here if they were said in a respectful manner. We're not going to. I don't want to be cruel to anybody. I made a lot of videos about Mrs. Portland, and then I made some videos taking up for Mrs. Portland. And then I quit completely making videos about Mrs. Portland. This is an exception to that. But again, I'm trying to be more neutral here. Just to have a place we can chat about this. Not on one panel or the other, because I'm not in the middle of this argument, and so I thought we could maybe talk about it here. And I mean, it's possible that if some of these people wanted to come on panel, I will not have more than one panel member speaking for one side at a time against the other. So, because yesterday what happened was I clicked on, I think it was Country Joe's Live. It was Country Joe's Live. And there were 3 or 4 people on panel, and they were talking about Mrs. Portland. And the chat was, you know, saying things. And so my first reaction was, oh my gosh, you know, they can't, what are they doing? And I decided to walk away. I clicked off of it. And then I went back over there later, and the topic had changed because I didn't want to be in chat during anybody being bashed. I don't care. I'm not taking sides. I just it felt ganged up onto me. That's just how I felt. That was my opinion. But looking at it from a rational viewpoint and someone who's not emotionally involved, Mrs. Portland had it coming to her in a way, because I mean, and she's even doing it today, posting videos taunting the ladies, you know, saying they're faking crying. And also overnight there were a bunch of pig pictures posted on her community tab. I think those are gone now, and calling them, you know, CJ and Sally Ann. And she's just been on this whirlwind since the Krama Community Awards, because she didn't get nominated. And that's how this round, to me, that's how it looks like it started. You know, a lot of people are saying they're mad at Robbie, and I heard Robbie last night, and all he's saying, in the way I see it, is what Robbie's saying is, I love her. And you know, he's going with the side of love, like, I guess, like Jesus would do. And he is not in charge of her, y'all. And neither, I mean, really, thank you, Middle Fruitcake. And you know, let me speak to everybody. Jill, how are you today? Carrie understood. Dippity doo. I had that zippity doo-dah song in my head yesterday. Dippity doo, but I was singing it in my mind. I was singing, it's zippity doo-dah, and I was singing dippity doo-dah. And it was because I was making this video about a creator who was calling me stupid names. And so I had that song, Blue, you know, where it says a bluebird on my shoulder thing. I scrapped that because that song has been determined to be racist, and it's owned by Disney, and I didn't want the copyright issues with playing Disney music. So, hey, Froggy, I just abandoned that thought. Yeah, it's Skipper. Brandy's here, and I just spit all over myself. Little Miss STFU. Yes, it's little Skipper here with the 1990s haircut with the spikes. Little Skipper. I'm cool with that. I don't mind being a smaller person. I kind of enjoy being a smaller person. Like I've said a million times, the only time I don't like being short is when I go to the store and I can't reach stuff. I have a stepladder at home if I need it, but I don't have a stepladder with me at the grocery store, so it's a problem. Or any store, really, you know. But I'm at the grocery store more than any other stores because I eat every day. Yes, I'm making a confession. I am a daily eater. I eat food every day. Yep. Delaney, welcome. Got sidetracked. SA's got my favorite flower as her in her screen name. Love tulips. My favorite's actually red tulips, but yeah, pink tulips are great. Love pink tulips. Yes, Kelly Marie. I think maybe eventually that would work, but I just don't know. Hey, Anonymous. Jill. Hey, Angela's Clips and Giggles. Now, news on Letitia. I checked the court this morning, the court documents. Nothing has been updated. It appears they're getting ready to take her to trial. I don't have any kind of trial date. I haven't seen a warrant issued, which was what the hearing was for yesterday on the 25th. And the hearing was in a county that's a 3-hour drive from Little Rock and Hot Springs and all, where she's been the last few weeks. I don't think she was ever intended to be in court, but maybe she was supposed to go to court. I don't know. It's just to revoke her revoke her bond for a felony offense of a false report to police. So y'all got to keep that in mind. There's people on here that go real off and do these things, and if you make a false report. Now in Arkansas, the Class D felony is because you made a false report on somebody who had charges of, ABC, felony ABC. So she charged someone with rape, and he came back and he's, I guess he's shown the court that it couldn't be true or whatever. I don't know. And so now she's in trouble because of that, the height of that felony charge. So that's how it works here. And I don't know if I'm explaining it, or I'm sorry, did I say hi? I don't know if I'm explaining it very well. I'm not an attorney or anything, so I don't work at a courthouse. I've been in the court a few times. Once for me because someone sued me, but it was just a hearing and everything got dropped because I had all the proof and she didn't have anything. No reason to file either. And then when my dad was in trouble, when I was in high school, we went to court. Yeah, yeah, Country Joe, exactly. That's why, see, that's what I'm saying is if I didn't finish that thought, is that you guys were reacting, but when I walked up, or not walked up, but clicked into there, I just left. It seems like I went, and it seems like somebody else was live, and I got involved in that because I was being talked about. And then when I went back later is when y'all weren't talking about it anymore, and I forgot what you were talking about, and then I came into chat because I don't want to be in a chat for something if I'm not going to take a stand on it. I was neutral. I'm trying to be neutral here. Country Joe, what I'm saying is I know that she's been going at you for weeks. This latest round started over the silly, fun, amazing Crama Awards, because she did get nominated, and it's just been going like that since. And you guys I wasn't even subbed to Sally Ann, so I subbed to her today. I was listening to her this morning, and she's very upset. Mrs. Portland's over making videos saying that she's fake crying and what's wrong and stuff like that. Yeah, okay, you didn't. So I didn't know. I didn't see anything of you guys, and y'all just got to people get to a breaking point. And just because someone has a breaking point of the size of a head of a pencil, and other people have the size of the Grand Canyon in some cases, everybody's going to reach their point where they're going to be done with something, and they're going to react. So, hey, Sarah Smith, I'm trying to make sure I say hi. When you clicked on there and you saw 4 people on a panel talking about somebody who wasn't on panel, it felt ganged up on. That's just my opinion. If y'all disagree, that's fine. That was my honest reaction. I can't. And I saw some other people say that later. Country Joe, I mean, how would you feel if 4 people were on a panel and they were all talking about you and you weren't there? I mean, you would feel ganged up on. But I'm not saying you didn't have a reason to be saying stuff. I'm just saying that that's that was my first reaction. And now I'm seeing more of the picture, but I didn't listen to all of it. Hey, Nightmare. And this, yes, Nikki, this is it's a pattern with Mrs. Portland. It comes around, it comes around, it comes around. It's constant. She has a good period, and every time that when I was covering her, when I was making videos about her, every time that she would start doing, her coloring pages, and she would get involved with that, everything would be better. And in my mind, I'm like, but it's not going to last far, because it's not going to last. And it just doesn't. I'm sorry. I don't want to be talking about Mrs. Portland's behavior, but she's taken over the whole, it's everywhere. If everybody could ignore her, yes, she would eventually go find another place to do this, but it's going to take everybody, y'all. You can't, one or two people can't just ignore somebody. You give her a participation trophy. Yeah, that would settle things down. Hey, Chris. She blocked from my channel. Okay, Auntie Sada. Yes, she has every right. CJ has every right. Sally Ann has every right. If she's attacking me, I have every right. Everybody has a right to respond to someone. I'm not saying that. I'm trying to be neutral here. Yeah, yeah, Froggy, it didn't feel ganged up onto you, but that's what it felt like to me, as a simple click into a thing. I'm seeing people in there who were making fun of her, who, they were saying things that didn't have anything to do with her behavior. They were making fun of her husband, his shirt, things like that. And, I just want everything to be about behaviors. So, making fun of how somebody look, which is what she's doing right now, putting, pig pictures up. No, don't do that. Calling people names. Don't do that. Nobody needs to be doing that. Nobody. Mrs. P, that's not good behavior. No, you don't do that. Oh, little Miss STFU. Yeah. Jill, thanks for dropping those links. Appreciate you being here, and other mods are here. Yeah, Dippity Doo was a hair product. It may still be on the market. I don't know, but it was like from the 60s or 70s. Jesus was also stern with people when needed, and you can hold people accountable with love. Yes. Yes. There was a quote. There was something I read one time, and it said you can, I don't even know. It was something about you can disagree with somebody, but don't ever be cruel. Let's just not be cruel to each other. Both sides. Let's just not be cruel. I don't know. I don't know what I would be doing, what I would have done if Mrs. Portland was coming after me, which now she may. And I'm not saying that I'm not going to react to that, because I'm sure I will. And I'm not perfect, and I do stupid stuff. But that's not why we're here right now. So okay, I don't think anybody agrees with me that it seemed ganged up on. So let's just leave that at that. Barb's dumb, and that's what Barb thinks. So it is what I thought. Robbie came after the wrong people. He was never ever mentioned until Lycan came on panel to let everyone know that their relationship with Robbie would now be in danger. I don't know what that's about. Lycan was saying that Robbie wasn't going to be friends with people because he has a relationship with Mrs. Portland. Is that what they were saying? Doesn't seem like a logical thing. Yes, if you're not involved, it's easier to just ignore. It's easy to ignore, actually, but but what else let me finish that. It's kind of easy to ignore if you don't have a channel because she doesn't have comments turned on. And so when she posts a video, you can't go there and respond. You can go on your channel and other chats and everything and respond. So anyway, hey, Christine. I'm not making excuses for her, just an observation. It's sad because she really feels upset and betrayed. But I know yes, Lisa Hobbs. So Mrs. Portland, I mean, like, she posted, well, no, okay. So she posts these things that are saying to everybody to leave her alone. And I mean, I don't know if everybody's really bugging her or that's just to get attention because she's not getting attention. Yes, Skipper. I think it's supposed to be an insult. You know that little Skipper doll that was Barbie doll's little sister? I remind somebody of her. I don't know why. My hair's not long and pretty. My hair's supposedly like a 90s, an old 90s hairstyle. So I don't know. But the person who was saying that has like no hairstyle. So I ain't worried about it. Daily eater, right? Wow, little miss. Yeah, and him being up, no. I can't deal with Lysol. Me too, always. Yeah, I've done that too. Got a broom or something. CJ, are you still here? Hey, Lucille. Hey, Dr. Phil. Man, she had no idea something she's done over and over again to men was going to land. Oh, right. You're talking about Leticia. I know I'm always behind over here. Let me see if I can get caught up a little bit. I didn't see it. I don't know if CJ's still here. I wasn't painting CJ as the bad or wrong one at all. And if that's how you're taking my conversation, then please continue to listen because that's not what I'm talking about here. Oh, she was. So she had a chance to come up and talk. Please stop talking about her. We must not feed the beast. It's just added fodder for her to rant on. I mean, I really wanted to come in here and try to be neutral and try to talk about both sides and have an understanding of why there was a reaction. And I was simply explaining how it appeared to me when I clicked on there and then clicked back out. So that's how it felt to me. I didn't stay around. So, and I popped in the middle of it. So I had no idea what was going on other than it just seemed like there was, a lot of people talking about somebody who wasn't there. But that happens in panels a lot. And again, and again, I believe Country Joe and Sally Ann, and I didn't know the other people. I don't know who was other on the panel, but I believe they had every right to react, and and that's how they chose to react by going on there on CJ's panel and talking. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that either. There's nothing. Hey, Gen X. Yes, and eventually, if you poke a bear enough times, you are going to get a response, and that's what happened. I mean, I'm not at all bashing CJ and Sally Ann for finally getting pissed off enough to say, fuck, stop this shit. Hey, Shalima. Until she went buck wild. Okay, so they had a lot of self-control. Okay, souls, that's good that she needs stopped. Yeah, and don't go after people's. I don't know why people want to go after everybody's looks and how big they are and how small they are. And, you know, I mean, they say if you resort to that, you've lost the argument. So, yeah, and the self-harm threats is a manipulation, and you never know when somebody does that if they're going to finally break. Oh, Mr. Porton was threatening during that video, and then somebody said he looked something about him. Yes, the block button is a good thing. And also, you know, y'all don't agree with me, but I just decided to click out of that and not because I didn't want to be in chat, mostly because not that I'm taking up for Mrs. Portland at all, because I'm not, but because I said I'm not making videos about her anymore. So I don't want to be in a chat where she's being talked about in a certain way. If I'm in there chatting, then it puts me as part of that whole thing. So I didn't want to be that. I didn't want to be there because I've made that stand. And that's why right now I'm making the stand that I'm not going to bash anybody, because I mean I made that stand of not making videos about Mrs. Portland anymore. But since I quit, she's gone on and done this it's like monthly. And she put somebody's kids' pics up. Now, see, Mrs. Portland, this stuff, you can't be doing this stuff. What are you thinking? Oh, the video's gone and we can't rewatch. So you didn't see anyone making fun of her husband? Well, I did, and I just clicked in there for briefly. So, Granny left a chat quietly earlier. And now CJ has left quietly. These women do not deserve the shot that is happening to them. They leave quietly. Well, I'm not taking a shot at CJ. If that's the way she took it, CJ, I'm sorry. That's not. You have to listen to what I'm saying and give me a chance to explain. That was my initial reaction when I stepped in there, and I'll stand by that. I left. I didn't see what happened before, and I didn't see what happened after. It was just my initial reaction, and I clicked back out to stay out of it. So I'm not here blaming anybody. I don't agree with making fun of anyone, but Mrs. P does agree. To be fair, MP was on LL's channel with many others. Oh, okay. So I don't watch Lycan. So she was on his panel. No, I did make a video the other day because Mrs. P was laughing at Granny's watching the other day, and I made a video about that because they were on a panel, you know, and Mrs. Portland was laughing at somebody else that they were making fun of. It was trying to make a point there too. Ignore her. Yeah. Leave Country Joe and Sally Ann alone. Yes, she does. Hey, NTs. I'm hiding and don't want to be here if she is. I don't know if she's here or not. Her so-called buddies need to help guide her off this platform, or at least suggest she stop doing the attacks. Well, do y'all realize that anytime that anybody tries to help Mrs. Portland, she gets very frustrated very quickly and starts and goes over to her channel and starts bashing that person? Have y'all not seen that? Have y'all not seen her get mad because somebody spoke to her in not the very, very 100% sweetest way, and then she gets mad and goes ranting about that person? I mean, have y'all not seen that happen? When she's in chat and she's trying to take over a chat and people are like, you know, I think Empath's first wanted to include her so as not to ostracize her. However, she crosses boundaries unnecessarily, and that's triggering. It may be hard for some to ignore her. Yes, I do think it's hard for some people to ignore. It's harder for others. certain people trigger certain people that don't trigger other people. So, what triggers me could be, a whole different thing than what triggers Mrs. Portland or Country Joe or Sally Ann. And everybody's triggered. And I mean, I'm giving kudos to Country Joe and Sally Ann for being able to hang on as long as they did before they blew their tops at her. Just saying. Everybody has a right to their opinion. I hope. Why are people getting mad? I saw a comment. Yeah, I don't think you can just ignore Mrs. I mean, I don't think as a community that she can ever be completely ignored because she's even gone after Robbie, and Robbie's done nothing but stand by her, y'all. Do any of us think that we're going to be the ones to be able to moderate her behavior? Does anybody feel that way? Because I don't think that any of us have that ability at all. She needs to never comment on beards again. The pictures she posted and deleted the other day weren't filtered the same, and she had full-blown lady beard patch on several pictures. Oh. So she has a beard on her face. Yeah, I've seen that. Lycan needs STFU, in my opinion, or he is so invested and cares so much about her, he could easily find a legitimate advocate in the area. That's what needs. I mean, she has resources. She has somebody who comes into her home and helps her. She has her husband. Sometimes when people have mental illness, there's not really anything anybody can do. I mean, what could we do? What could anybody do? Yes, block buttons for toxic people and behaviors. Okay, so I need to see the whole content. Okay, moi. Okay, I'll say that I didn't. I've already said I didn't see, but just like a minute of what was happening, and that's why I left. But it did feel like, and that's not meant. That doesn't mean that it was. That's how it felt to me. Feelings are feelings. I mean, no one was going overboard. Oh, really? Lycan has been Lysol. Right. You're never dumb for feeling or thinking the way you do. You're not. Everybody comes to every situation in life with a 100% different perspective. You could be raised in the same home with someone and remember things totally differently because your perception and their perception and your memories and their memories. I mean, that happens all the time. Well, it happened whenever I talked to my sister a lot, and we would be like, no, I don't remember that. Hey, 71. Right. Robbie cannot control Mrs. P. And yes, that responsibility would fall on her husband, but he can't either, y'all. Do y'all understand that you can't control somebody sometimes? There's some people that can't be controlled. Yeah, if he cut, okay, so yes, somebody could cut off their internet. They could cut off her internet. So that's about the only way that you're going to get that to stop. Take away the phones, the computer, whatever they have. Yeah, you could stop it like that. You could get her banned from YouTube, but that's already been shown that, that's already been shown that doesn't work because people are banned from YouTube and they just keep making channels and they're here. So I don't know what the answer is. And a lot of people have tried to be friends with her. And I don't know, Lycan Steele. In my opinion, Lycan doesn't have any kind of caring for Mrs. Portland. He's just he likes to be in the middle of the controversy, and it's just my opinion though. I mean, like, I don't know what the hell. I'm just here. It's not easy to ignore when she makes your PTSD worse and alcohol addiction. Okay, so she triggers you to drink and okay. I mean, if somebody's triggering you online, don't go to their channel. That's easier said than done, 71, but I mean, really, if somebody's actually triggering you to drink or triggering your PTSD, I mean, can you just not watch her? I'm just wondering. You're not leaving, you're just contributing. There's a few creators that are now backtracking and saying don't bully when that's what their channel started on. Just okay, yeah, just another troll. I've seen a little bit of that. Who betrayed her? Nobody. She's the one. Yes, nobody, in my opinion. In my opinion, this all started when she was talking about when the thing came out, naming who was nominated for these Krama Awards. People were left out. She wasn't the only one left out. I was left out in the first round, and then later that day they came back and I was on there, and I was thrilled to be on there and to actually have won my thing again. That was, I barely won it, and there were several reasons why that I attribute to that, me being able to eke out just enough to bring it home. But people who were left out didn't go start bad mouthing CJ and making content about it, making posts about it, calling her everything in the book. And this has been going on, what, 2 or 3 weeks now, 2.5 weeks. So, I don't doubt that Country Joe popped her top over it. Yeah, Skipper's cool. I don't know. I'm mousy. I'm mousy too. I'm a little mouse. But did you know that elephants don't like mice? So I'm just saying, maybe that's why I got called a mouse, because some people don't. There's big elephants afraid of the little mouse. How can you attack her when we're all blocked? Exactly. And I see that CJ and selling in. I mean, you do sometimes as a creator, especially with her, you have to resort to your own way to respond because she's got everybody blocked or she has comments turned off. So what are you going to do? You did, JoJo? How are you? So you retaliated with smart ass snarky remarks. Okay. Everybody has a right to be snarky. I do too. So done with it. I think Robbie is trying to genuinely do a good thing, but he's actually enabling her bad behaviors at this point. I'm with you there. But I don't really think it matters what Robbie does or doesn't do. He doesn't. I mean, she blocks him and threw away his painting and talked about, I just, y'all, yes, she needs to stop. Mrs. Portland, you need to stop. Settle down. Simmer. My motto, hey, Pocket Sand, my motto has always been your triggers are your responsibility. It isn't the world's obligation to tiptoe around you. Yes, that's exactly true. I agree. She is a walking self-fulfilled prophecy, and you have to get out of her way or you'll end up hit by the shrapnel from her implosions. Well, that's worded very nicely, Brandy, and you should write a book because, I'm being silly, but no, you have a way of writing there. Yeah, it's self-inflicted. Yes, Barb. Lycan came on panel and literally said, now that you have done this live, you are putting our friendship with Robbie in danger. Previous to that, Robbie had not been mentioned at all. Wow. Yeah, I don't think anybody's expected to stay quiet. Nope. And CJ's mad now, and I wish she would come back because that wasn't at all the way she took it. I wish she would come back. Maybe she's here and I just haven't got there. Natasha was the one that loved to trigger her weekly, and now she said, I warned you about those people. Oh, wow. If someone has mental illness and robs someone or kills someone, yes, Mrs. Portland, stop using your mental illness as an excuse to act the way you're acting. You know right from wrong. You have a hairline trigger that causes you to just go off on the slightest, tiniest little bit of criticism. I mean, I've watched it. Tiny little slivers of criticism. Nobody likes criticism, okay? Nobody. None of us do. It hurts. It's icky. But you got to be able to live with some of it. No, just another troll. I'm not changing my stance. What did I change my stance on? What? Hey, the real AJ. The only person we can control is ourselves. Exactly. You can't control somebody else. Hey, Joanne Cares. I can't comment on her videos or community posts. Yeah, you can't. Hey, Stargazer. She can't stop, and we don't stop. At some point, we better ignore her, or could spend many more hours of our life we can't get back. Yeah. I mean, we can all just move on from this. Everybody's had a say. She's continuing to do what she's been doing. I'm probably going to be included in that now. But I think if we can just kind of step back and walk away, but if you want to, yes, Gen X, this is totally, it's not working very well. I was trying to be neutral, and now I'm being accused of flip-flopping, so I don't know. It's all good. It does have to stop. I don't know what the answer is. Like I said a minute ago, I was always kind to Mrs. P, but she blocked for no reason. Yeah, she will block you for being in somebody's chat who is not a friend of hers that day. So I don't know if she's watching, but I would imagine that we're being blocked as we speak, as I speak. Block and move on and change the channel. Yeah. Yes, they have the right. They have all had their say. When does it end? Yeah, the real AJ's here. The real AJ. Does anyone else love thunder? I just caught myself getting so excited like a kid. Oh, I do. I love the sound of a storm. Although with trees over my house, I haven't been too keen. Well, we haven't had a damn storm around here in since the spring. Her behavior is not okay and not acceptable. MP is bullying, look shaming, makes up lies, and talking horrible about our friends in other countries. Yes, that is all not okay, Rosalita. You're exactly right. Again, when people look shame, you're losing the battle right there, and it's been going on. She's doing it to everybody, and there are other people who do that a lot on YouTube too, and making fun of people's intrinsic looks. Like, I don't have any control over being short, but I'm being made fun of about it, and I'm just like, why? Why are you making fun of somebody being short? I mean, that kind of stuff is ignorant. Big Mama Coops, right? Wow, he threatened. So, are you saying that Robbie threatened, or Lycan said Robbie this or that? Because I don't know. I haven't talked to Robbie, so Yeah, and I don't think she drinks Dippity Doo. I mean, those liquor bottles are the same liquor bottles that she's had since Christmas or before, and she's either not drinking the alcohol or there's been tea and water poured into those bottles. And the brandy, I don't know, but of all the times she's claimed that she's drinking, well, it just seems like you get different bottles. Why would you just keep getting the same exact thing? I guess you could if you like a certain brand and you just continue to get that. I just don't think she's drinking though. I don't. That's my opinion. Yes, I do, Real AJ. That was a perfect time to click on that. Everybody has a right to an opinion. No, I'm not here to feed the fire. And liking feeding the fire, liking, I don't know. I don't get why a 30-something-year-old man is in the middle of a bunch of drama. Then I don't know what I'm doing in the middle of this drama myself. So I think I'm done. Prepare to launch back to the KJ haters. Launch back to the KJ. KJ. Who's KJ? Her husband is her biggest enabler. My husband would turn my internet service and phone off. Yes, okay, that is a solution I had not thought of, turning everything off. The problem with that is hubby likes to play on the internet and play his video games and stuff. I guess video games don't run on the internet. I don't know. I don't have video games, but I mean, if he did that, see, you got to realize what he's doing to everybody online. What do you think he goes through at home with her? Do you not think that she does this kind of stuff to him? I mean, I had a relationship with somebody who had some of the same mental illnesses as Mrs. Portland, and I'm just going to say it didn't matter. It didn't matter. And I wasn't, I wasn't able to, I wasn't a spouse or anything. I wasn't able to say, you can do this or you can't do this. It wasn't that kind of relationship. So I'm just saying you can't win. If you're walking on eggshells in a relationship, you got to get out, because you can't live like that no matter how close you are to somebody. You can't be so guarded that you can't even say anything without somebody thinking something's wrong or going off on you. It's about time YouTube terms of service is used about her, because she's doing things extremely against TOS and triggering mental illness in people. Yes. What you can do is if you see a post, what you can do is go to somebody's about section, click on the flag, and report the channel. And if there are any videos, you can click on which videos you're reporting. But in her case, the videos are not there. I'm not saying to go mass report anybody. What I'm saying is there is that option. If you are seeing somebody, you're not supposed to be able to call people animals. Certain, there's a certain line with harassment, and her mental illness isn't going to protect her from things that come back at her. And I mean, get her channels. I know she has at least 2 Mrs. Portland channels, because yesterday she came into a chat. I don't even know whose chat that was, and said, I think it was last night when Robbie went live, and she said her somebody had just blocked her in there. I don't know. I'm an admin at Robbie's, but I wasn't even in chat. I don't think I even said hi, because I wasn't sure what was going to happen. And I am careful about when I'm going in chats and what I say, because people use they screenshot stuff, and I just want to make sure that I stay away from some of that. Whatever. Whose children? It won't end, Barb. Too many people are making excuses. Yeah, you can't make excuses for her behavior, Jude. She's been doing this, and when she came to this community back in, well, it's way before Christmas, Portland Andy said that you know, it had been happening with him, and I think she's been doing it for years. I think ignoring her altogether would be best. She craves attention, and when it's not given, even a reply of hello, she will eventually leave. Yes, it's going to take everybody, though. Everybody. Hey, Miss Bendover. Hey, Carrie Understood. Moi. She told Sally her husband was basically a terrorist, and because no, you now, Mrs. Portland, if that right there didn't get your channel taken down, I don't know what YouTube's even doing, because she did. She called Sally Ann's husband a terrorist. Does she even know this man? Just another troll. Was that a stab at me because I said something you didn't like, or not? I don't know. It's okay. You can't please everybody. I mean, you know, her removing the video says all I need to know about her cognitive functioning. Yes, Brandy. Yes. Sometimes you do. I look. I mean, I go into people's chats. I don't intend to just pop in and say hi and leave, but sometimes I do. I mean, I have other stuff to do. Wish you would do some lives or go on panels. Well, speaking of Stargazer, we've been playing phone tag, and she is going to come on my panel soon, and we're going to talk about Leticia Collins. But we have not been able to get that set up yet. Hey, Stargazer, call me later. If you can. I know you got some stuff going on, so let's try to get that live going about yeah, Stargazer's going to start going live and stuff. Excuse need to stop for her. She needs to be treated the same as everyone else. Yes, 71. There's only a handful of people that really are making are taking up for her. Yes, look shaming. Yeah, it is. It is part of the drama community. But if you didn't watch the video, Barb, how can you critique by saying it was gang? Because what I said was, I didn't say the whole video was ganging up. I said when I clicked in there, they were talking about Mrs. Portland. Everybody listen. I'm going to say this, okay? Are y'all listening? 150 people. Are y'all listening? Anybody? When I clicked into the room, there were people on the panel, and they were talking about Mrs. Portland, and the chat was making fun of Mrs. Portland and her husband. I decided to leave. It seemed they were ganging up. I didn't stay long enough to know one way or the other. That's the way it seemed to me. That's my feeling when I was there. I clicked away and went somewhere else. I'm not saying that's even what they did. It seemed that way to me. But I'm not privy to everything that happened, because I only clicked in there. And the same thing happened to me the other day. I was right in the middle of a video. Somebody came in and started trying to say something, and I had just explained it over and over and over again. So me popping in and thinking that they were ganging up was a split-second feeling that I had. I wasn't in there long enough to determine one way or the other, and I didn't intend to make that a big deal. That was my thought. So sorry. That's how I felt when people asked her to unblock them. Learn my lesson. Yeah. Exactly. How is Barb going to cover something but not know about it when we see her in every chat? You don't see me in every chat participating. What are you talking about? Okay. If you want to talk about me, why are you sending it to Froggy? Why are you tagging Froggy in it? Just send it to me. She's been on his panel several times. LL actually like and support her. I think he's just using her for the attention. Hey, Caddy, Texas girl, classic Mrs. P behavior. Yes. Yeah, a lot of people are done with her. Yeah. Oh, so right now they are watching all of Mrs. Portland's hateful videos she posted, and her panel was reacting to it. And yes, things were said about Mrs. P that were not nice. They were reacting to Mrs. P. Okay. So you said she's not live now. This was from that live that I popped into and thought had some feelings about and left. No, going back, she's a demon. There you go. Just stay away. Alcohol, I don't think she drinks, Natalie, but this is your opinion, and she claims to drink. So you said I think alcohol plays a huge part in the problem. Alcohol is a depressant, and if someone is already vulnerable, that's a dangerous combination. Alcohol can only exaggerate self-pity. Oh yes, alcohol can trigger so much. NM triggers me, just saying. Oh, okay, Cole. Yeah, me too. Again, it's best if you saw the whole video. Mr. Portland yelling from their place, like and coming on the panel. Okay, so I admit I didn't see enough of the video to have an opinion of anything on that side. I was hoping that we could have a conversation with people from both sides. I don't think Mrs. Portland has anyone in here on her side. I'm not on anybody's side. I think that Mrs. Portland needs to have her channels taken down. I don't think she needs to be in this community. I don't think she needs to be on YouTube. I don't think she needs to be on Reddit. I don't think she needs to be on Facebook. I think that she is causing a lot of upheaval. And I mean, that's my opinion, but I don't have any control over that. Yeah, I think a lot of people would leave when Lycan came on. On CJ's live, people were reacting to the hateful videos that she put out. Oh, okay. So that's what I missed. She will turn on Robbie. She already has, y'all. She's blocked Robbie and 1 minute and the next minute, she's back. It's just her behavior. It's not our job to babysit her anti-side eye. All I can say is everybody just block her and stop going to her channel. And eventually you won't see it anymore. And don't come in if, like, I'm talking about her and I'm just talking about the situation. And, maybe you don't want to hear this either. Yes, you can't moderate mental illness. That's for psychiatrists and professionals. And hey, Mrs. Bendover, yeah, this isn't her private psych. YouTube isn't her private psych doctor. It's not anybody's. Jude, everybody was wrong in the situation, or right or wrong. I mean, people were reacting to what she'd been pushing on them for a while. I reacted and thought that she was being ganged up on. That doesn't mean that I ran over there and was like, oh, I'm so sorry. No, I just was like, no, I don't want to be here right now. I left. Oh, yeah, I didn't know that. Well, CJ had every right to be upset. I don't. Barb is allowed to cover this once, but P is turning into content for lazy creators. Yeah, I haven't been making videos about her, and I've been accused of being a hate channel because I made videos about her, and she and I had made up over it. And now people are telling me that I should delete all the videos I made about her, but nobody's telling me to remove the videos I made that were sort of taken up for her. I mean, yeah, Robbie seems to enable her somewhat. Is telling somebody that you love them and you have unconditional love for them, how does that enable her though? I mean, I'm just thinking out loud here. I don't have all the answers, but I don't know. I don't see how it's enabling to that. I don't think Robbie's responsible for what's going on. Let me just say that. Nobody has control over her. Her husband doesn't. None of us do. No, Mrs. P needs to get off YouTube and her husband needs to shit off the internet. Robbie can't control Mrs. P. Let her husband do that. Yeah, he's not even in the same state as Mrs. P. How's he going to control what she does? He has no control. Robbie has no control over Mrs. Portland, y'all. I don't get why people think that Robbie. I mean, I've been watching this for a while and I'm like, Robbie. The first time she went off on him, I started to email him and say, it's not your fault. You tried, but they go back and forth. And you can't get mad at somebody because they love somebody and they're trying to help them. I'm just not mad at Robbie about it. Barb was denouncing CJ and Sally in the beginning, but changed her tune when the chat didn't fully agree. Okay, well, just another troll. If that's how you see it, then why are you still here? Because that's not what happened. I made a statement about how I felt when I walked into their chat. Hey, Foxy in the Boxy. Yes, her husband enables her. AA seemed to be hopefully doing a little better without NC, but then jumped into Country Joe's and had her big opinion. I don't know what's going on with that. Amanda Zananda, she said she hates Scottish people and illegals as they are trying to destroy America. Well, Mrs. Portland hates LGBTQs, but Robbie's her best friend. So make that make sense. You can't. I mean, she throws out discriminatory things. I don't know if how she really feels or not. Thank you, Mental Fruitcake. Yeah, just another troll. Just troll over to somewhere else because this isn't. You're just causing trouble. You're not trying to listen to what I'm saying. You're stupid. No, you're stupid is common. Not many freak out over that. What should not be put up with is the speeches of wishing death on people's kids, which she has done multiple times. Thanks, Ibel. Yeah, there's certain things. Yeah, right. How is Robbie going to control Mrs. P? Nobody can control Mrs. P, y'all. It's her behavior, and everybody has a right to react. I know, Salem. She can drag me all day. I mean, it's like, you know, it is just. I've noticed that from a few people doing my rounds today. Just another troll. I've noticed it's the ones saying they are neutral. Yeah, it's hard to be neutral, Jude. You know, if you try to be neutral, you're going to have people like you and just another troll that want to come in and nitpick every word that came out of my mouth because you didn't interpret it the same way I meant it, or you perceive me to be one-sided when I came in, and I'm not fulfilling your perception of what this was going to be or whatever. So, I mean, you're cool, Jude. I like your name though. I like the name Jude. That's cool. I saw that, Jill. I was like, then why are you here? Yeah, memory is malleable. It was hard to watch her videos yesterday for anyone that has empathy, but it's fake. She threw a huge fit and has continued to go after Sally because she sees she can upset her. Yes. Yeah, that's predatory behavior. We can control how we respond. Yes. I see the flashbacks of caring for toddlers and those that throw tantrums and rages. I've done my time. Yep. Yeah, the tantrums are like a child. Barb has right to her opinion, Jude. It looked like ganging up to me too. Thank you, Cleo, somebody. People are allowed to see things differently. Not everyone on YouTube has a hive mind. Thank you, Cleo. I really appreciate someone actually listening to what I'm saying. Okay, Remy. Oh, hey, Candy Kisses Forever. How are you today? Moi, Dr. Phil, me neither, but he jumped panels. Mrs. P will throw Robbie under the bus and Lycan or whoever else is in contact with her. That is a fact. I'm not acknowledging her. Good Blue October. Some channels are guaranteed toxic. I run the other way. I don't need or want that in my life. Exactly. The more people ignore Mrs. P, the worse she gets. Sometimes that does seem to be true. I have her blocked till see enough clips of her actions are repeated. Yeah. Basically, she is ranting on community posts instead of doing live streams for hours like others do for bash sessions. Her focus is on certain people, not much different than what STS or NC does. Kind of like that. Yeah, AJ. Kind of like that. Jill drop Candy Kisses Forever, my friend link. Oh, yeah. Oh, thank you, Candy Kisses. Robbie needs to let her go and not give her a platform. Again, my opinion. That's Blue October. They just speak it. Mrs. P types it. Yeah, I agree. I hate when creators get their subs all charged up, then send apology emails. Who does that? Hey, just carry me. If she was put in those awards and didn't win the category, this is what would have happened anyway. Yes, Remy, I agree. If people are going to pass judgment, though, they should look at everything, not just snippets. Yeah, Jude, it was my mistake for just being in a snippet of that and then talking about that's how it looked to me. That's how it looked to me doesn't mean that's how it was. You know, that's why I said that's how it looked to me. That's the feeling I got. Wasn't here to bash anybody. I think if you look at the pinned comment at the top, that I'm not here to bash anybody. People try to ignore her, but she keeps pushing and pushing, and then people go off because they have had enough, and then those people are in the wrong. Again, I didn't say either side was right or wrong. What I was going to do if people wanted to come up on panel was I was going to say, well, not more than one person on either side at a time. And because I felt it was people ganging up. That's my opinion. I'm not saying they didn't have a right to do it or that they didn't feel like doing it or that they shouldn't have done it. I mean, I just clicked out of it because I didn't feel like I wanted to be part of that. I mean, I have a channel here that I'm trying to grow, and I don't want to be saying things in a chat. Even if I just go in there and say, hey, and somebody's getting bashed, I'm still going to be part of that conversation. So that's what I said. I'm leaving. Robbie's video helped in no way. It was pre-recorded and he didn't have all the info. Well, I'm getting it too. I didn't have all the info. Again, I wasn't coming in here to accuse everybody. I just am making comments and trying to be neutral. But people's feelings are hurt and they're going to take that out on anybody who doesn't 100% agree with them. And I understand that when you're angry and fed up and probably haven't had enough sleep, you're going to be mad at whoever. Hey, B+. A lot of creators raw the subs up, which some subs choose to do. So, however, then subs get we talked it out, we came to an agreement, yada, yada, yada. Hey, B+, did you hear the one where she's mocking Sally because yeah, I did hear that. And it's ridiculous. I do think that creators do need to designate some to get her content, though, be calling Sally Ann's husband a terrorist. No, that can't happen. Yeah, I don't know what are creators going to do, Jill. I do think that creators do need to designate someone to get her content, though. What are you saying? Are you saying that she needs to have somebody looking over her shoulder, deleting stuff that she says that are rights? Or is that what you're saying? Because I'm not sure. I'm just not sure. And did have the balls, Angela. I don't know what you're talking about, Jude. I'll say it again. What if one of these women with mental illness issues gets in such a dark place? Lycan and Robbie need to think of others' feelings, not just Mrs. P. Yeah, moi. There are. Everybody has feelings, and everybody has things in their life that nobody knows about on here. And what I said a minute ago, what triggers one may not trigger the next. So we have to understand that we're all different. We're all human. But it wouldn't matter because either she will find or create a reason to have a meltdown. This seems to be a cycle. It is, Natalie. It is a cycle. It's over and over and over again. Robbie is making it worse. I'm starting to think he doesn't care. I don't know. I haven't talked to Robbie about it. I've never talked to Robbie off of here, except I sent him an email asking him to do something, and that was it. But it had nothing to do with Mrs. P. Yeah, B plus. Yeah, good to see you here. I'm not here to babysit anyone or walk on eggshells. Yeah, none of us want to walk on eggshells, and I don't do that either. I've done that in well, I did that in one relationship I was in, and I just don't like that. I mean, you know, walking on eggshells and then still getting bashed for something that you didn't even do. I wonder how many subs Lycan would need to lose to change his opinion. Jill, I don't know. He seems to have gotten a lot of people to follow him lately. I don't even know what his numbers are. Yeah, CJ does have a lot of support. She has my support too. I'm sure that's not how some of you guys see it right now, but I'm not taking sides. Hey, Buzzkill Barb, you and I can be Barbie, the ultimate duo. That sounds good, B plus. Let's do that. I'm a buzzkill for somebody who's never done drugs or alcohol in her whole life, but I'm a buzzkill. Bzz. Hey, B plus, do you like my 90s hair? Spoken from somebody who looks like they just got picked up off those troll dolls, the hair, the troll doll's hair, troll doll's hair. That's what I'm saying. I used to have this little troll doll named Henry. I cut his hair though. He didn't have the long hair because I cut it. I was a child, just in case y'all wondered. But I'm going to get me a Skipper doll to tag around with me. Mrs. Bendover says, I work with psych patients. This chick is just mean, dark spirit. Yeah, Bendover. Who scheduled another live? Support doesn't mean you have to agree with everything somebody else is doing, Jude. Yes, Cleo. You don't get to do whatever you want, say whatever you want, and then say people need to keep their mouths shut because you're mentally ill. I struggle with mental illness too. B plus, thank you. So do I. I have depression and anxiety. My depression is in remission, has been now for like 3 years. So I'm very aware And if I start feeling like I'm starting to get into some old patterns, I will immediately do something to start getting out of that, because it's easy to kind of gradually get into a downward spiral kind of thing. Not specifically there. Yeah, I agree. It's not just her. My son is autistic. We have raised him even with his disability, with boundaries. It's absolutely essential for all of us, and sometimes especially for the disabled, for them to understand. Yeah, everybody's got to have boundaries, and there comes a time when people shouldn't be on YouTube if their behavior is causing so much upheaval, and their behavior is so over the top. I mean, yeah, you don't need to call anybody a terrorist. Mm, right versus wrong, simple boundaries. Calling people, talking about people's teeth, comparing their teeth to a donkey toy's big teeth, saying people don't have, making fun of people who don't have teeth, making fun of, talking about people's personal private parts continually for days. Those kind of things are ignorant. Thanks, Foxy. Yeah, Remy, thank you. It is fine to discuss this stuff. If people are having trouble with me trying to be neutral and discussing this, y'all don't have to be here. I mean, I don't want you to leave, but if that's the way you feel, Robbie has made things worse, and he has added to other people's pain. What he said to Noodle Mash based on Mrs. P's lies was way wrong. What did he say? Just me again. I've never personally said anything to her ever, and she has me blocked too. Yeah, Caddy, Texas girl, Mrs. P will go into a chat. She may be in this chat right now and just start blocking everybody. She's done that to me. I was in oh, it really doesn't matter. You can just be in a chat and she gets mad at the creator or maybe even somebody in chat, and she just starts deleting it. So she may be doing that now. Or blocking. I didn't mean delete. I have two of the kindest autistic nephews because they were taught. Yeah, everybody. Hey, hippie chick. Everybody has a right to set boundaries, and some people don't know anything about setting boundaries with others, and some people have no boundaries. So it was Skipper and Scooter. Oh, Scooter had freckles. I don't think so. When I made the video last night, I found an old video advertising Skipper. If anybody noticed, it was an old gray, black and white. I didn't play the sound on it. I had other sound to play. And that was from the 60s. And I don't think that that Scooter was invented yet. Yeah, I'll be on the radar now. But I didn't play with Barbie dolls. I wasn't. I had a couple of dolls that I had a doll I carried around, a Drowsy doll. If y'all know what that is, like a pink with white polka dots all over the clothes. And then if you pulled the string, she had this cutest little giggle. How is it okay for Robbie to go after Noodle Mash, who has mental health problems based on Mrs. P lies that coddles Mrs. P? I don't know. Was it right or wrong? I haven't commented on that. It doesn't sound like it was right. If I talk about someone, I'm not gonna act surprised when I get bit. I know this. Say it B plus, like get that stinger out and sting everybody. She's got nothing but insults. People also need to realize that just because they stopped dealing with her months ago or weeks ago, and that is still happening, and to new people. Yeah, it's old behavior. It's not gonna get any better. Yeah, I don't think she's drinking either. All right, I'll get caught up. Here, I'll just get caught up like this. All right, Stargazer. I'm just seeing your comment. I missed where this happened. It's been happening all over the internet. Yesterday there was a chat. I stepped into a chat. I noticed the chat was talking about Mrs. Portland, and there was like 4 people on the panel, and the chat was full of stuff about Mrs. Portland, and I just stepped out and I said, I felt like they ganged up on her, and I've ticked some people off by saying how I felt. Life in the Red Kim. I also completely feel like Mrs. Portland is over the top with her stuff. I was trying to stay neutral in here. I still am, but I'm getting attacked a little bit, but it's okay. Can't hear anymore that someone doxed Portland. She named her channel with her legal name. Right, Roddy Mama. Hey, how are you? Kim, it was normal stream and commentary except by those being attacked. CJ was responding to the stream of hurtful videos from Mrs. P about her. The chat was also responding. Yeah, it was yesterday, and the whole thing is gone. I guess CJ took it down. I get that. I have a tent set up in the bushes too. Don't tell anyone. Kim is down because Mrs. P will strike. Oh, it got taken down so it won't get struck. One and only one person is on my block list. It's Mrs. Portland. Then she got timed out and came in with an alt in Lycan's chat. Oh, I saw that happen in Robbie's chat, but she does drink. I don't think so. I think she fakes that she's drinking, but Kim, you've talked to her and I haven't. So, I mean, for now, I'm just going to say I don't think she actually does, but I don't know. Barb, thank you for giving your split-second impression, hun. It made me realize that there are probably others who did the same. There's a lot of off impressions out there. Thank you, SA. Thank you, Remy. Reddit is fun. If Mrs. P wants it all to stop, it starts with her. She needs to stop saying hurtful words. It starts with everybody, Captain Lee. Everybody's got to stop. This particular incident totally started with her. She flew off the handle because CJ didn't include her in any of the awards. And I mean, she doesn't even have any content. So I don't know. But anyway, she's been going after CJ since the day those announcements came out and Mrs. P wasn't included. So CJ reacted yesterday, and I'm saying she had every right to do that. I have seen her put her tongue in the bottle and stop it from going in her mouth, then didn't even pretend to swallow and just began speaking immediately. Yeah, Roddy Mama, I don't think she's drinking, but opinions are part of YouTube, and we choose who we like to tune in for. Get over it, trolls, because we're here. Thanks, Kim. Yeah, Bob. I'm Bob. I'm Skipper. A Mouse. I am Bitchin' Barb. I'm seething with anger. I am sawed off. I have a 90s haircut. I'm short. The list goes on and on. Everyone needs to set their boundaries. I have. No more Mrs. Portland for me. Yeah, Roddy Mama, that's your boundary, and you set it, and then you're done with it. It was, yeah, she was drinking right out of the vodka bottle. She drank it like it was a sports bottle. It was water. Yeah, that vodka's easy to dilute or completely just put water in there. Nobody's the wiser. And those same bottles have been around for months and months and months. I just don't think, it just doesn't make sense. I personally don't understand people that keep accepting the same hollow apology. It's more for Robbie due to practicing the 12 steps, as Crafton mentioned in a comment, but geez. Well, I've been in a 12-step program, and the things that I learned were things like when you make an amends to somebody, that's when you admit you were wrong and say you're sorry and you're not going to do it anymore, and you don't do it anymore. That's the amends. It's not just saying, I'm sorry, and then back in their face. It's just not, that's not how it works. Somebody named Julia, I must have missed. So hello, Julia. Yeah, Earth, that's what you can do, is watch things and not be in chat. I do that a lot because I don't want to necessarily be in chat if things are being said, and I don't want to be associated with what's being said. I may be thinking the same thing, but I don't want to put it out there because it might not be the best thing to say, and then you know, and then it looks bad on me. I mean, oh, she did. I saw one earlier that she was mocking them for getting upset. She needs to be off YouTube. When people block her and ignore her, then she puts up pics of gaskets. You mean caskets? And threats of harming herself. Yeah, you can't post pictures of caskets and say you're going to hurt yourself or end it all or do all that kind of stuff and not expect a wellness check. That's just not going to happen. I don't have her. It becomes a parable of the scorpion and the turtle with Mrs. P. Yeah, it has become that. Yes. Listen, no one has unconditional love for someone over the internet like that. Sure love them, but man, yeah. Well, Robbie and her actually talk on the phone and stuff, so I'm not saying that he couldn't have unconditional love for her. I don't have any way to know if somebody has unconditional love for another person, but I agree. I totally agree with the whole, if you only know somebody over the internet, like, you know, how do you feel love for them? That's just me though. The people egging her on in her ear, knowing how she reacts, deserve some real contempt as human beings as well. I don't find her behavior that surprising, given that she has the likes of Lycan and BJ. Okay. Didn't she get in a fight with BJ recently? I guess that's one way to deal with it. I don't think I could be wrong, and I could be wrong, that P has attacked them like others, though, attacking their sexuality, ethnicity, families, etc. Anybody else surprised because they thought she was taller? From the neck up, she doesn't look like a small shorty, but when she does her full body glamour poses, she really is cute little short thing. Yeah, I did notice that the other day, that I thought, wow, she's short. She's short like me, you know. She treats everyone like shit, then expects a pass for her behavior. Sorry, my mental health is just as important as everyone. Set your boundaries. Yeah, Roddy Mama, everybody's got to set their own boundaries. Robbie is using her as content and puts her on panel. Honestly, it's so obvious. You think so, JoJo? I've been in Robbie's shoes. I don't blame him. He's coming from a good place. That's what I've been saying about Robbie, is I think that he truly loves her, and well, you can't bash him for loving her, but I mean, I don't agree with enabling somebody, but you know, so that's a fine line. I don't know. She doesn't need to be going on panels. From the neck up, she looks tall and robust. Yeah. No, not mad at Robbie one bit, but maybe as I said, he should remember how he felt when he was attacked. Yeah, maybe so. Robbie can be a supportive friend to Mrs. P off YouTube. Yeah, that would work. That would be good. Nobody, hey, Gold Star Mom, nobody can control Mrs. Portland. Nobody. I was done with her weeks ago and just blocked her. She can say whatever she wants about me. She has no influence in my life. Right, Gold Star Mom. Let her say stuff. I mean, the stuff that she says a lot of times is so over the top, y'all. Just be like, you know, I'm not the one getting attacked or wasn't. So it's easy for me to say that. I'm sure I would blow my top at some point if she went on at me for weeks upon a time. That's what I was trying to get to with CJ. But I got started on the wrong foot, I guess. And like clockwork, we'll see the apology tour next. Zero accountability per usual, because I don't think certain people are truly able to take accountability. Yeah, she'll start apologizing any minute. Christiane couldn't even work with her, helping her, calling her daily, and having a brother with many of the same issues. That said a lot. Yeah, I heard Christiane saying that. Gold Star Mom was there. I leave certain channels when I can't handle conversation of certain topics brought up. I may go back into a channel a week later. It's just timing. Yeah, exactly, Belle. Exactly. I didn't think it was fair for one person to give one side. I don't know either of the issues of them, but thank you. Yeah. Natalie, part of that tour is repeating, and I own it while not owning it. Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of gay bashing going on lately, and it's really a bad look. Yeah, there is. There's subtle things being said that a lot of people don't probably pick up on. You should have fucking hilarious, portly husky. If her hubby shuts down the internet, then he won't be able to play his video games. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Rhodey Lee. Truly have the sages said that to cherish a base character is to give one's honor to the wind. What the hell? Involve one's own self in embarrassment. The turtle after the scorpion tries to sting it. Yeah. She's not Robbie's responsibility, and loving her is fine. Yes, the video he did with her yesterday telling her to say F to the haters and building her up to move on with her channel to show them. Okay, I didn't I don't think I saw her on his panel yesterday. There was a lot going on. I got distracted because I was being talked about, and so I started recording some clips from that, and my computer was my computer came to a halt because I needed to clean some stuff off of there. And so all of that was going on when a lot of this was going on. And I didn't, I could only do so much. I had my phone too. And I think people are upset with him because he hasn't called out her bad behavior. I don't think she wants you to leave, but she isn't being malicious or shady either, and that's what it sounded like you were accusing her of. Tilly May, I'm not attacking you, Barb. I understand your opinions and you're entitled to it. Thank you. Robbie is not her keeper, nor should he be responsible for her. Robbie's mom was in here earlier. What is Robbie's mom's name? I'm 10 minutes behind. CK has unconditional love for Brad Pitt. If you wrote something above that you wanted me to see, I can't keep up with everybody. I know everybody gets really frustrated with me because I don't keep up with chat. I do try to give everybody a look. Can't please everybody. Oh, he's saying don't piss her off. And okay, well, I can't respond to what I'm not watching. Her videos today say it all. She's enjoying the game for attention. She's blocked, so I never have to see her ranting in chats about she's hate attacked. She gives it and cries when she gets it. Well, I wish Robbie and Mrs. P find peace, really. I find the entire thing confusing. Maybe he thinks he can help her with her anger because I've seen him go off way in the past. You're sick to your stomach, Christine. Cry baby that don't actually cry. Yeah, Mark. And chat saying she needs positive support. I'll buy her a bottle. Well, Mark, you mean like a baby bottle or a bottle of liquor? Yes, I consulted with my own mental health about this and said, F no, we're out. There you go. Robbie's enabling by not cutting her off. She looks to him to guide what she's doing. Yep. I mean, he could cut her off. I don't know I really don't know that she's going to stop her behavior, but that's an option for sure. But I'm not the authority to tell Robbie what to do or what not to do. I mean, I don't know that that's going to work or not work. But he is enabling her. I do see that. Oh, that's sad, Irish. I do know that I did hear that Sally Ann was really, really working with her and helping her with these paintings and everything. And then the next thing, something happened and she's mad at Sally Ann. And I didn't see all that. If he lets her do it, it must be acceptable. Maybe so. Hey, Wyoming. Yeah, she is hurting herself. And I too wish she would get some help with that. Mrs. P blocks more than the Chicago Bears offensive line. Yeah, that's right. Lycan just said he finds Mrs. P rants are funny. That says all I need to know about him. Well, just me again. Yeah, I mean, he finds it funny, and then he has her on his panel. So the ones who tend to support her aren't terminally ill, had their spouse called terrorists, been wished death upon. They need to keep those things in mind instead of telling others to get thicker skin. Yeah? Oh, I didn't know that was his mom. Joanne Cares. Is it Joan or Joanne? Joan? Was she, Joan is nice and knows NC funds are fake. Because if you notice, her latest post is exactly what Robbie is saying right now. Well, I don't know what her post says. Okay, let me go look. Just a second. Okay, I'm looking up Mrs. Portland's community tab. Mrs. Portland. Oh, she's changed her name again. You all need to go back and see your own nasty, hateful comments you have all attacked me with. So since you all feel the need to continue to hate me and attack me, now it's my turn to hurt all of you. You are all hateful and nasty people. Did your parents all raise you to be this hateful and to strike out to someone with a mental health condition? No, Mrs. Portland, you can't use your mental health and then attack everybody and then say that nobody can talk back to you because you have a mental health condition. Other people have mental health conditions. Just know your words have consequences also. And I hope one day that karma comes and attacks all of you and makes you realize how it is to truly break someone mentally and emotionally, break them, like a car break, but she means break, like, like a broken heart kind of break. Well, you all have mentally broken me. So as of now, I want nothing to do with any of you. God help all of excuse me, God help all of you. Now it's not so funny knowing how nasty and hateful you all are and not thinking of your own words and how it feels to be the one to get hurt. Well, as of now, I won't ever support any of you ever again and will be refusing to do any paintings for any of you. No coloring pages, no more being a nice person. As of now, I'm going to be hateful and as nasty as all of you have been to me. Maybe you all need to think twice before you go around mentally and emotionally attacking someone. Does it make you all feel good to belittle someone and attack someone just to build your own hateful egos up and to bully and name call and attack me constantly? You all must feel pretty big. Well, in my book, you all are very small people. I know I'm short. To those who have kids, are you going to teach them the same trait to go around attacking and hating and bullying and name calling, body shaming, and picking on others? Shame on all of you. I have been bullied all my life, and yes, I've gotten to the point to where I'm emotionally and mentally broken and no longer care about myself. I'm a no good, nasty pig, and I'm an ugly dog. I have been called worse, so I want you all to think of how it feels to go around picking on others and to hurt them. Would you like it if it happened to your children? Maybe you all need to stop and think before you continue to hate attack someone who is smaller and weaker than all of you and see how hot you all feel. Wow, Mrs. Portland. I have feelings too, and no one realizes as to how much you all have hurt me. You are all the ones that are heartless. Let's see. She's unsubbed from everyone. She's pulled all her paid memberships and she's not supporting us, any of us. And then we have pictures, paintings. All right, Mrs. P. Well, sad, 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 sad. Yeah, AJ, I mean, I knew coming into this that this was going to be a tough thing to try to do. And I thought about it for a few minutes, but I didn't think about it long enough. I think the other arguments are a bit interesting. We should expect anything else and are insane wishing for her to change and that everyone says similar stuff. Yeah, it was long. So it's essentially up to us to deal with her her however we choose while she can continue as she. Yeah, I don't know, guys. In my opinion, what we can all do is um just not talk about it. Not talk about her, not talk about it. This is the only video I'm going to do about it. I'm not going to make any videos about her, not pre-made videos or anything like that still. I mean, I did make that decision months ago but it's about comments, and that's what Robbie was showing on screen, saying all the same stuff. Oh, yeah, it's a long list. Thousands should learn to cope while the one can proceed as usual. Arkansas won 9 games last year and beat Penn State in the bowl game. Thanks, Mark. Thanks for keeping up with my Razorbacks. As she has insulted a very ill woman, Jewel, I think her name was, I hope he is ignored. So many creators will accommodate her. She will make nasty community posts. She's been removed from YouTube before, yeah. Obviously, removing somebody from YouTube doesn't really remove them from YouTube, so just keep that in mind. Because for some reason, people are able to still be here. She hurt a lot of people. I really liking to see Robbie stick up for her. Nope, he's not who I thought he was. Well, Robbie's not perfect, and I'm not perfect, and none of us are perfect. So, I mean, I've said to myself before that people need to stop enabling her, but it's not my job to control anybody else. So, I mean, you can make suggestions. I didn't even realize PSU made it to a bowl. Oh, Words have consequences, but that includes her too, right? Yes. I can't even listen to that manipulative BS without flinching and clenching my jaw. Yes, Chris, I get you. She has been listening to this live mentioning raising kids. Really? The little meme of the fist balling up. Yeah. Well, we've got somebody punching. I got that yesterday. What about what she said and done? My God, am I in the freaking Twilight Zone? Right. I mean, she doesn't take any um, responsibility for, I mean, a lot of times when Mrs. Portland apologizes, she'll say, I'm sorry I did this and that, but you pushed me there. Well, that doesn't work as an apology because you're just turning around and blaming the other person for making you do something. Tilly Mae says, I'm very proud of how I've raised my children, Mrs. P. She watches Incognito. Yeah. Oh, this is new. It's all about the exact same. I thought it was just one from the archives. That speaks volumes. Oh, yeah, that was just the top latest post that I was reading. Then she throws the gifts people give her in the trash, or they stacked up in the closet. Yeah, I mean, she did say that she threw all that stuff away, but I don't think that. Surely her husband wouldn't let her just go throw away perfectly good gel pens and coloring pages and art supplies, considering that she's probably going to want to use them again, and or there are many places that would love to have those art supplies, daycares or churches or community centers or the neighbor next door. You know, why would you throw that stuff away? I'll show you. You gave me this, I'll show you. I'll just throw it away. Well, don't give her anything else. Is she watching? Okay. Yeah. Tilly Mae said she has no problem icing her out. Things are better, but not much. All I can say is please pray. Oh, you're talking to Chris. All right. You're having a torrential downpour. No hurricane in store. I understand why CJ addressed it yesterday because she lied so much and so many with her comments. Okay. Chris C, please look at my above comment. Which above comment, Chris C? So put your comment in again, because when you say above comment, I saw one where you were addressing somebody else, and I'm not sure what. Chris, can you just put it again? Because I don't know. Me? Hey, Gary. Barb, I think you've been kind and fair. Don't let all this get. Oh, no, it's not. I'm fine. I mean, I'm not perfect, so I'm well aware that I say stuff that's going to possibly affect other people. Oh, thank you, Sally Ann. Please make sure that CJ understands that I wasn't bashing you guys for that live yesterday. I just popped in there and thought it was going a certain way, and I just popped back out. Mrs. P has no impulse control. I did make a short video of her when she went off on Granny last week. Nobody said anything about the little mouse I put in her mouth. Oh, well, I'm a little mousy Skippy doll, so nobody said anything about the little mouse I may put in my video either. Kool-Aid. I wish everyone would block her and not see her raging crap. Yeah. Tilly Mae, hey, I've missed you. Heard your name. Stop scrubbing. and ran over to the phone. Crafting with Sally, I'm sorry you're going. Yeah, I'm sorry you're going through this. This is not. I heard you really helped her, but you can only do so much for somebody, and when they do what they do, you just have to walk away. Yeah, Christine, I don't think she threw her stuff away. Between her and Leticia, do better. Our system must do better for those that are mentally ill and abusive. Come on. I think the P's are gang members on scooters. They're gang members. Chris, what were you wanting me to see? I'm trying to find your next comment. Chris, see? Which comment were you wanting me to see? Can you drop it again? Because you had something you wanted me to see. Oh, there it is. The only thing Sally, STJ, and I did was help her and try to be her friend. We set boundaries, and the minute we are dealing with a serious real life situation and didn't jump. Okay, I got you. I heard that y'all were really helpful over there doing the art and everything, but boundaries don't seem to work very well with something with her. Oh, Leticia is a woman in Arkansas who is like 8 months pregnant and homeless and has a very active social life on a very active channel here on YouTube. Threatens to harm the baby and herself, and she's just over the top. Over the top. Yes, I put Jerry the mouse from Tom and Jerry in her mouth in the middle of the video. He doesn't approve of what's. Hope you check it out. Oh, that's cool. Wanted to us. P was so pleasant going to the grocery store, and I was counting seconds. It was no time before she cursed out a car and the curb snap just like that. Yeah, she does have a very, very thin reaction clause, or she does get triggered very, very easily. She would be a road rager if she had a car. They see me rolling, they hating. If she had a car, she would be dangerous for road rage. Got to go see the little mouse. Well, everybody, I appreciate everybody being here and being. You all did really well in the chat today. Not bashing each other, not bashing people being talked about. Everything that I've spoken is just my opinion. I'm sorry that I didn't please everybody today with that. I can't please everybody. I can only be true to myself and what I felt in a moment of time, and the way I saw it and the way I see things now. And I've been trying to be, as kind about it as I can. Not wanting to hurt anybody or be cruel to anybody or get anybody fired up or triggered or anything like that. And I hope I've succeeded with that. Everybody do what you need to do in every way in your life to take care of yourself, not just on YouTube, but if you need help setting boundaries, seek out somebody in your community who can help you with that. I'm not educated in how to set boundaries with, how to help other people with boundaries or mental health issues or anything like that. I just know things that have worked for me and things that work for me. And if somebody's really bothering me, I know that there's an off button on, there's an off to every video. There's an off to every channel. You can walk away. You shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to even worry about all this stuff. I wish YouTube would get it to where they would take the channels that are causing a problem would be dealt with in some way. And if that behavior didn't stop, that person would actually be gone from YouTube. But it doesn't appear like they've got all those stops in place here. But I just want to say that you take care of yourself. If you have children, you need to take care of yourself first. You can't take care of anybody else if you're not healthy yourself. So do what you need to do to get yourself okay, and then move on with your day, move on with your life, do what you need to do, learn how to set some boundaries with these people. And I know that's all easier said than done. People are attacking you, you're going to react. Everybody's going to. I may react later this afternoon when I get reamed. Who knows what I'm going to do? I wasn't here to blame anybody. CJ, 100% sorry that you took offense to my statement of how I felt. I have a right to how I felt, just like everybody had a right to disagree with me. I look forward to seeing you guys around in the chats, and see y'all soon. I will see everybody as soon as I can. Bye.